Top 10 Most Powerful NATO Militaries. To determine which NATO members have the largest active armed forces, U.S. News analyzed data from the International Institute for Strategic Studies, the Military Balance Report, an annual assessment of the military capabilities of 171 countries. The Institute's report uses personnel statistics from 2022. So in this video, we will discuss the 10 most powerful NATO militaries. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. The videos won't be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 10. Romania. Romania is the largest of the Balkan nations, tucked between Bulgaria and Ukraine in southeastern Europe along the Black Sea. It is a jigsaw of distinct regions, each with its history and influence. In the 1860s, the principalities of Moldavia and Wallachia united to form Romania, and in 1877, it gained its independence from the Ottoman Empire. Transylvania was ruled by the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and was later reunited with Romania after fighting for the Allies in World War I. During World War II, Romania sided with the Axis powers and afterward fell under Soviet influence. Communist dictatorship took hold for decades, until 1989, when the communist leader Nicolae Ceausescu was overthrown and executed. As constitution was signed in 1991, and Romania now operates as a republic under an elected president and an appointed prime minister. Number 9. Poland. Poland is a medium-sized nation located in Central Europe with a history and culture shaped by a millennium of conflict across the European continent. Poland, as a Christian nation, began forming in the mid-10th century, and by the mid-16th century, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was one of the largest countries on the continent. Partitioned by neighboring countries in the late 18th century, Poland briefly regained its independence following World War I. Both Nazi Germany and the former Soviet Union invaded the country in 1939, marking the beginning of World War II. Number 8. Spain. Several independent kingdoms united in 1492 to form the Kingdom of Spain, a cultural patchwork that continues to shape the modern nation's dynamic identity. Spain comprises much of the Iberian Peninsula, which it shares with Portugal on the southwestern edge of Europe. It also includes the Balearic Islands in the Mediterranean Sea, the Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean, and 2 enclaves in North Africa. Maritime strength and colonial wealth established Spain's position as a global leader through the 16th and 17th centuries, a standing that declined as the nation lagged behind great global movements such as the Industrial Revolution. A civil war brought dictator Francisco Franco into power in 1939, and it was only after his death in 1975 that Spain could make strides to level itself with international progress. Number 7. Greece. Located in southeastern Europe, Greece, as an independent nation, is young, existing since the 19th century. Its civilization, however, is one of history's oldest and most influential, credited with creating the concept of democracy as well as the ancient Olympic Games, and laying Western foundations in science, the arts, and philosophy. Greece occupies the southernmost part of Europe's Balkan Peninsula, as well as a collection of islands that dot the Aegean, Ionian, and Mediterranean seas. Its landscapes of mountains, hills, and coastline, and its rich cultural heritage make it one of the most visited countries in the world. Greece broke away from the Ottoman Empire and declared independence in the early 19th century. A referendum in 1974 abolished the monarchy and created the parliamentary republic that exists today. The country has a free market economy with some government involvement. Number 6. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is a highly developed nation that exerts considerable international economic, political, scientific, and cultural influence. Located off the northwest corner of Europe, the country includes the island of Great Britain, which contains England, Scotland, and Wales, and the northern portion of the island of Ireland. The country's role on the global stage faces new questions as the nation has withdrawn from the European Union. The Brexit process set out new rules for how the UK and the European bloc will operate with each other. For example, the freedom to live and work between the UK and the EU has come to an end, and UK citizens will need a visa if they want to stay in the EU for more than 90 days and 180 days. The nation's global influence has its roots in the British Empire, formed during the European colonial era, and peaked in the early 20th century before embarking on decolonization following World War II. Number 5. Italy. Italy is a south-central European country whose boot-shaped borders extend into the Mediterranean Sea. The country's historical cities, world-renowned cuisine, and geographic beauty make it a popular destination for more than 40 million tourists each year. The nation is home to Mount Etna, Europe's tallest and most active volcano, and houses 2 countries within its borders, the Vatican and San Marino. Italy's history started with the Etruscans, an ancient civilization that was eventually supplanted by the Romans in the 3rd century BC. Italy's city-states were the first to embrace the European Renaissance. The country became unified in the 19th century. Italy is a republic with more than 60 million people. Its capital, Rome, is its largest city. About 80% of Italy's population is Christian, with most people identifying as Roman Catholic, but about 20% of people claim to be atheist or agnostic, despite living in the Pope's backyard. Number 4. Germany. Germany, the most populous nation in the European Union, possesses one of the largest economies in the world, and has seen its role in the international community grow steadily since reunification. The Central European country borders 9 nations, and its landscape varies from the northern plains that reach the North and Baltic Seas to the Bavarian Alps in the south. Germanic-speaking tribes in northern Europe date to antiquity, but the modern German state took shape in the 19th century. Defeats in the 2 world wars of the 20th century left the country divided, and reunification occurred in 1990 following the collapse of the East German communist state. Number 3. France. The influence France has on the world, both in the past and today, is difficult to overstate. Located in Western Europe, France is one of the world's oldest countries, and its reach extends around the globe through science, politics, economics, and perhaps above all, culture. Starting in the Middle Ages, France evolved through the kingdom, empire, and finally into a republic. It was one of the first nations to champion the rights of the individual. France today is a democracy with a separation of power falling between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of government. The World Bank classifies France as a wealthy, high-income nation. French citizens look to the federal government to guarantee certain social services such as education, healthcare, and pensions for retirement. Number 2. Turkey. Founded in 1923, Turkey is home to a unique intersection of culture as the nation bridges Asia with Europe. The country is overwhelmingly Sunni Muslim, though influences of bygone Roman and Byzantine rule pepper the streets and skyline. Extravagant mosques and cathedrals can both be found within blocks of the Grand Bazaar in the city of Istanbul. Religious identity is an important part of Turkey's evolution. For more than a decade, power struggles between a military-backed secular government and an increasingly popular religious movement have raised concerns about government stability. The Islamic-based Justice and Development Party, known as AKP, was recently elected to lead the parliamentary republic, temporarily curbing fears of anti-Islamic sentiments. Number 1. United States of America. The United States of America is a North American nation that is the world's most dominant economic and military power. Likewise, its cultural imprint spans the world, led in large part by its popular culture expressed in music, movies, and television. The country is grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic and the ensuing deep economic recession, and calls for greater social justice reignited the country following the death of a Black American, George Floyd, at the hands of police in May 2020. In November 2020, the country's voters elected Joe Biden as the nation's 46th president, removing Donald Trump after 1 term. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video.